from 3 views to 3,000 views in 3 weeks. If you're a financial advisor or a sales agent and you're struggling to get engagement on LinkedIn, you're not alone. You might be wondering, as one of our advisors did last week and sent us a message in the chat, which is better, text-based content for LinkedIn, which is what it was designed for, or should we just jump into short form video? Well, have you ever felt like videos get all the attention, but text posts actually drive more meaningful traffic on LinkedIn by design? But don't worry, we're breaking it all down today. So stick around for this week's episode of the Digital Advisor Weekly.
Welcome to the Digital Advisor Weekly broadcast. Looking to boost your business with the latest trends, innovative tech, and must-have resources? Join us to discover how to successfully scale your practice and automate the process. Here to guide you is your host, the dynamic leader of Advisor Marketing Hub and managing partner at American Financial, Rob Sousa.
Hey everyone, Rob Sousa here, helping you thrive in the digital age. In this week's episode of the Digital Advisor Weekly, we're tackling the hot debate. Is text-based content still the best strategy on LinkedIn, or is short-form video taking over? We'll break down the data and strategies and what exactly is working right now. So let's dive in. LinkedIn, although it's trying to catch up to TikTok and Instagram, it really was developed as a text-based marketing, networking platform. And so they're trying to catch up, but it's not quite there yet. And so I encourage you to try short form video, but we're going to do a challenge. I'd like you to pick a topic and create a text-based post and a short form video. Let them run for a week, test the analytics, and get back to us. Let us know which one worked better for you. Here's the deal. LinkedIn isn't what it used to be. Video is being pushed harder than ever with new video feed that just rolled out. If you haven't checked it out, you should toggle over to the video feed and check it out. It's pretty cool, a lot like Instagram and TikTok. But at the same time, text-based posts are still dominating in terms of reach and engagement. Why this matters for financial advisors and sales agents? Well, without a clear content strategy, you risk falling behind in visibility. If you're not using LinkedIn effectively, your competitors will fill in the space. The question is, should you focus on video, text, or both? Well, let's break it down.
LinkedIn is pushing video to the point where they even changed the app entirely. There's an entire new video TikTok style feed in the app. And whether it's good, whether it's bad, I'm not going to be the judge of that. I like to say that it's going to be a period of adjustment for sure, not just for the users, but for the platform itself, because you can't change 20 years of user behavior with one update. You just can't. LinkedIn has always been and will always be a primarily text-based platform. Text-only posts, that's what you focus on. Image posts, you still focus on the text above the image. Video posts even, you still focus on, at least in the old ways, right? Not the new video feed. You still focus on the text that's above the video itself. Carousels, infographics, all that jazz. LinkedIn is still primarily a text-only platform. It's just that video is making its way in, and a lot of people are panicking, thinking that everything is going through this change. No.
So why do text-based posts still win over video? Well, text-based posts drive more engagement because people actually read and comment and engage via text, the old-fashioned way, especially business professionals. It also helps you build authority. People, some reason, they associate strong writing with thought leadership. The algorithm still favors texts for business professional conversations. Fun fact, even with LinkedIn's push for video, text-only posts often outperform images and videos in engagement, reach, comments, and shares. So what does this mean for you? Well, if you're great at writing, lean into the text-based posts to build your brand. It will make a huge difference and give you a competitive advantage. And you don't need fancy production. It keeps it super simple. And your insights are often enough to grow your audience. So trust your opinion and lean into your ability to communicate it in writing. Here's a quick clip from Andrew McGuire about Jasmine Alec's LinkedIn growth strategy.
So today, I'm breaking down how Yasmin Alik went from sharing random articles with 2 likes on LinkedIn to becoming Bavicon's #1 ranked copywriter and personal branding expert globally. And wait until you see the strategy that got him 1,000 followers in one day by mastering something most people just completely ignore. And everybody talks about what to post, but nobody's really talking about how your posts look. And this is where Yasmin's secret weapon comes in from what he calls visual formatting. So we're going to break down his full system, and it's ascending copy with short lines, create natural flow. Each line gets slightly longer like this, keeps readers moving forward, and then descending copy, which is the opposite, right? Start with the longest statement and then work your way back to shorter. The other things that he works on are strategic list building. So minimum of 5 lines at most, no white space, consistent line lengths, clean, consistent spacing. And then he has this: start with the problem, build tension, context, and deliver the solution with this traffic light system. And then emoji pairs for comparison. But his formatting is just so unique.
If text-based posts tend to do better in the algorithm of LinkedIn, then why would we want to lean into short form video? Why is video becoming so much more important on a platform that favors text? Well, LinkedIn is following TikTok and Instagram, and it's pushing short form TikTok style content, that video reel, into its new video feed. You really ought to check it out. Niche topics perform better in video than generic leadership quotes or graphics. And people consume video passively. It captures attention in a noisy feed. And that often can be more important to grab someone's attention and stop them in the scroll than it is well-written content. So who should use video? I would say advisors that are comfortable on camera, those who want to increase visibility quickly on LinkedIn with LinkedIn's new algorithm boost. If you're already doing short form video content on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, LinkedIn is an easy transition. You just have to post the same content and modify it slightly for the algorithm. Use short form videos, kind of like a commercial or a preview of your longer form, either written or video content. Think of it kind of like a snack before a meal.
If we're going to think about short form on LinkedIn, we've got to think of it as the snack, right? But there has to be a meal after the snack. We can't just leave people hungry, leave people with a little taste. So use short form, repurpose the stuff that you've been creating for TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Instagram or wherever, but make sure that you are still investing in these things that we're talking about: newsletters, longer form videos, live videos, profile optimization, so that when people see your name in their feed, they have something to go back to.
Katie's asked what the best length and format for LinkedIn videos are. Any size constraints? Videos are a big one for me. They build a lot more trust than any other content format. And LinkedIn are definitely pushing them more too. So we post short form, up to like 60 seconds, and we post longer form, like 6 to 12 minutes. We even post our YouTube videos directly onto LinkedIn natively, and they get great reactions. So in terms of length and in terms of format, there really isn't a right answer. You can post portrait or landscape. All I would say is you need to keep the message concise and have a really good hook at the start, which you then actually deliver on. So don't tell people you're gonna make them a millionaire in 8 seconds if you're not capable of doing it.
So how do we combine the best of both worlds and blend both text and video content? Well, here's the real secret. It's not about choosing between text or video. It's about strategically using both. So how do we structure hybrid content using both text and short form video? Well, I'd encourage you to use text-based posts for more in-depth kind of insights, financial strategies, tips, tricks, case studies, or even storytelling. And if you're wondering about how to come up with these ideas, well, let's drop in on marketing expert Neil Patel as he shares how he comes up with viral content ideas.
Your best customers are waiting for you on LinkedIn. If you're in B2B or you're selling really high ticket item products, you want to be on LinkedIn. It's a place to go where you can literally close multi-million-dollar deals. We've closed massive multi-million-dollar accounts because of LinkedIn. Here's something cool that you can do. Go to ChatGPT, create content that's relevant to your industry, enhance it with your own stories, and then click the publish button. You'll start building a bigger following. You'll have more people to market your products and services to. Their posts in many cases have a 5 to 10 day lifetime value. They just don't die out within 24 hours like a lot of other social networks.
And then I encourage you to use short form video to complement your written content. You can do quick tips, engaging intros with strong hooks that are a little more entertaining that will then encourage them to read more text or watch longer form video. Let's check out how John Loomer uses short form video to complement his previous text-based posts and combine the strategy.
What impact does short form video have on LinkedIn? LinkedIn isn't really a short form video platform. The preferred format for videos there is Square. But starting on November 6th, I started sharing 1 minute 9:16 videos to LinkedIn. These were the exact same videos I would share to TikTok, Reels, and YouTube. I would share a video to LinkedIn nearly every day from the start. Now, I was actually somewhat active on LinkedIn prior to starting this experiment. And I'd mostly switch my activity to posting what I would have posted before to these videos. So here's what happened. I saw a clear improvement in impressions from the start in November. A similar improvement was seen in engagement. And while a positive impact to my follower growth wasn't spotted until January, I've had some of my biggest growth months since then. Somewhat surprisingly, I've found that sharing these short form videos to LinkedIn, not a short form video platform, has been a big positive.
I also want to encourage you to repurpose your content. Turn your best performing text posts or long form videos into short video clips. There's even software that'll help you do that. So let's check out some examples of how you can choose from your best text-based posts and turn it into viral short form videos.
One of the mistakes I see a lot of people making is just diving into short form, but then doing the trends style of video or reposting their TikTok style of content over on YouTube. And that just doesn't work. One of the questions I like to ask myself is, if I was to post this today, would it still be relevant in 5 years? So maybe in my case, that's a photo tip, but in your case, maybe if you do music or if you do fitness, what are the tips in your niche that you can take today and will still be relevant in 5 years' time? If you can turn that into a 15 to 30 second piece of information, then make a video about it, make a short. Or if you have a lot of information, then maybe you can turn that into a long video.
Finished your post, now trim it down. That's it. That's the rule. Over 75% of your post at least can be cut down. I guarantee it will always be too long. Conciseness shows not only respect for your audience's time, it also keeps your message focused and impactful.
One of my videos has 36 million views, and these are my 3 tips for creating great short form content. Tip number 1, focus on the first 3 seconds. You've got to have an insane hook, like how I started this video by telling you that I have a video with 36 million views. Tip number 2 is keep it simple. Don't overthink your ideas. Just deliver to the audience exactly what they need to know. And finally, tip number 3, follow through. Don't leave your audience hanging.
Let's talk about practical strategies to maximize text and video together. First, text-based strategy. Post 2 to 3 value-driven text posts per week. Write short, engaging hooks that get people to stop scrolling. You got to shake and grab their attention, or they won't read anything. Ask a very specific question at the end of your post to try and spark engagement in conversation and in the comments. Here are some additional tips from one of my favorite experts to create text-based posts that have the best possible chance of going viral.
So you want to make sure that you're formatting your posts effectively. Whenever you're creating content on social media, you always want to think, how can I make it skimmable? Because people are on the go and are just skimming through. Your goal is to get people to stop the scroll and read your content. On social media, you need to rethink the formatting of your post. A paragraph on social media is 2 sentences. You want to just do 1 sentence or 2 per line, and you want to actually think about creating your post in a way that's aesthetically pleasing.
Here's another text-based post idea from Lemless that did go viral.
I offered 10 knockout cold email templates on LinkedIn. The catch, to access them, my audience had to add me to their network, like the post, and comment KO. This post pretty much exploded with around 90K impressions and around 800 likes.
Let's talk video strategy. I encourage you to post 1 to 2 short viral video ideas per week, 30 to 50, 55 seconds. Cover 1 key idea, only 1 per video, and keep it simple. I also encourage you, make sure you add captions, because most LinkedIn users watch on mute, especially if they're sitting in a doctor's waiting room and they don't want to disturb others. Trust me, I've done it. And I made everybody laugh in the room because it was so loud. If you need some more great ideas about how to create super simple short form videos, here you go.
The big winners on LinkedIn, no matter what they're doing, whether they're educating or sharing personal content, they are providing something that is actually fun to interact with. Whenever I create a piece of content, I'm thinking I need to give my audience a quick win. So a really good example of this is the Twitter post screenshot style posts. It's just about making it the most accessible it can possibly be. And this shows up in many different ways, but that's a very black and white example.
Make it easy, keep it simple, don't make me think too hard. And I think there's an Einstein quote that goes something like this: if you can't explain it simply, you probably don't understand it well enough. So a lot of people think that they impress others by choosing very complicated language. So in your efforts to impress people with your language skills, you become very verbose, you choose $6 words, and what you do is you alienate everyone. So what we want to do is to have a lot of people respond to it so that the right kinds of people that we want to see the post have an opportunity to see it.
Don't forget that the most important thing that you can do when creating a short form video, other than keeping it to a single topic, is make sure that you come up with the most creative, interruptive hook that you possibly can to interrupt the viewer and get them to stop scrolling. Here's an example.
The one lesson I give them about hooks is that the hook is a promise. Every single time people are scrolling through LinkedIn, you have to understand that no one is there to read your content. You will be interrupting someone's usage of the platform. They'll be scrolling and then they'll see something. And what they're going to see is that first line, which we call the hook. The question you should ask when you're writing the start of your post is, what is the one thing that I want my reader to learn from this post? If they could skip the entire rest of the post and they could just read that one line, what do you want to tell them in that one line? The answer to that question can be your hook directly. If I'm writing a post about a specific commenting strategy that I implement to gain new followers, to gain inbound leads and new clients, what is the one thing that I want you to know about that particular commenting strategy? This is the easiest commenting strategy you can apply today.
Let's talk about blending both text and short form. Use text post to expand on the topic. Then post a short video summarizing your key points. You can even post videos in your comments. Post a video and then pin it at the top of the comment, summarizing the takeaways to encourage discussion. Remember, comments are the fuel that can boost a post into becoming viral. Let's check out what my friend Adam suggests.
Now, what I'm going to suggest here is that we need to establish a content type that you're going to start with. This may ultimately be or not be where you end up. We're going to talk about that more in a minute as well. Lots of cliffhangers and open loops in this video, so keep watching. The point is, though, is that there is a lot to unpack, and where we're going to start is going to be different than where we end up, because I'm going to give you a couple different options, but some are significantly superior to others. So here's what you've got. You've got text-based content, you've got audio content, and you've got video content. Arguably, you also have have some kind of visual graphical content like infographics and visual diagrams and things like that, but typically they're paired with one of the other kinds of content. You also have different lengths of content, short form and long form content. My suggestion is that pretty much every business out there needs one form of long form content, and then you can do whatever short form content you like to feed into it. So long form content for text is obviously a blog. Long form content for audio is a podcast, and long form content for video would be YouTube.
Now that you know the power of combining both text and video, what's the next step? Well, for most of you, I would say it's just time to pick up your phone, turn it vertical, and start with something that will grab people's attention. Stop the scroll, and then all you have to do is share your opinion about one single idea. And trust me, you'll begin to build your digital presence. And if you're still not sure where to start, then you feel like you need a little bit of help, feel free to schedule a complimentary 15-minute strategy call at schedule15minutes.com. I would be happy to help you get started on the road to success in digital marketing. Imagine having a LinkedIn presence that attracts high-value prospects without spending hours trying to create content. By leveraging both text and video, you're future-proofing your brand and you're going to stay ahead of the competition. So don't miss out. Get started today. It's your turn now to take action. So let us know what you think. Which type of posts have performed better for you? We'd encourage you to drop a comment below and share your feedback, because as we collaborate as an industry, we will be able to share new ideas, new content, new software, and it will make a difference. And if you're totally overwhelmed, I'm willing to help you get started by having one of our highly trained virtual assistants do it absolutely for you for free. Send me a DM on any channel, and we will help you with your first week absolutely free, no strings attached. We just want to help you get started, because getting off the starting line is often the most difficult step. Thanks for joining us today, and remember, whether you focus on text, video, or both, the key is consistency. Keep building your digital presence, and I will see you in the digital world.